For some reason, Emma Vigeland from the Majority Report decided she was going to take her ass to the compound.
It's like the new thing.
And it's a compound. It's so stupid. This motherfucker, Tim Pool,
Leftists
li-
going to the compound.
lives out in Mellow Woods or something, somewhere,
I would too, though, if I could.
And he has like 2 skate parks or something. He's such a man child. I mean, not that I'm not, but at least I'm self-aware about it. This motherfucker's so pathetic. And he thinks he's deep, and that's what's so funny about it. He thinks he's deep and just smart.
He really does.
He thinks he's like uses big words somehow that makes him like super intelligent instead of just like he can't explain. He doesn't understand how things work.
Okay, when I watch Tim Pool, this is what I think when I watch Tim Pool. I'm like, damn, is that what I sound like on my podcast? Do I sound that stupid and like sure of myself?
No, I don't think any. I mean, that's to like almost a pathological level. He's so deep and he's so in his bubble.
I probably was Tim Pool like 5 years ago. Like I used to think I knew everything, dude.
I doubt that I could deal with anybody who had ever been at, I mean, any level.
You think so?
That Tim Pool was at.
Okay.
Unless they just gone, I mean, it's not impossible, but
no,
unless
I think
they're
I
going
used
a radical transformation or some shit.
Yeah, dude, me radicalizing rednecks.
Whatever. I think you're overplaying that. But anyway,
you think so?
Yes. Just
I was arguing with my coworkers that Papa John's apologized for saying the N-word, so they should give him a pass.
But you took the advice and then understood. You
Right.
can't do that with him. There's no talking. There's no reasoning. He doesn't want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, but I might have been like that at some point.
I don't
probably.
think so. This is what I'm saying.
I'm a narcissist.
You have a person, yes, but there's a certain personality that is more prone than others. He is an insecure little child, just like Ben Shapiro and the rest of those fuckers, who got a little money, a little fame, and now they think they're the fucking smartest person on the planet who has great insights about literally everything on the goddamn planet. Okay? That's what we're looking at. That's what we're dealing with. Anyway,
yeah.
just you got the thing. But,
the temple thing.
So anyway, Emma went on there for reasons I can't understand because you're giving him ammunition. But anyway, she went on there and you can just hear it. I don't need to tell you about it. Go ahead.
All right. This is a kind of a long one, so just let me know when to stop.
Look, I've asked you. We have
Don't
here.
ask me.
We transition Wikipedia. We pulled up this study that shows that without intervention, desistance rates are from 61 to 98%.
And here I have general acceptance of standards of care. The overwhelming weight of medical authority supports treatment of transgender patients with GnRH agonists and cross-sex hormones in appropriate circumstances. Organizations who have formally recognized this include American Academy of Pediatrics, American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, American Academy of Family Physicians, American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, American College of Physicians, American Medical Association, American Pediatric Association.
So if we need context, they're both looking at, this is a great point that I always bring up too. They're both looking at 2 different articles on the internet that are contrasting with each other.
Yeah, but
one is from and Emma's stating the sources, and Tim, I think, is reading off of Wikipedia.
he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Dozens and
Remember
dozens
when doctors
of the
said smoking was good for you? You're not citing science. You're citing government approval.
No, I'm
not. Bro, I get what Tim Pool's saying, but
no, he's a fucking idiot. That makes no sense.
I know, but he's like going the conspiracy theory route.
Yes, it's conspiracy theory bullshit.
Yeah.
Do you think they all colluded? Come on, go ahead.
What, to make everybody smoke cigarettes?
Well, that is true.
I mean,
that part's true. But in this instance, these medical associations have been around forever, and you're telling me every single one of them colluded together? No.
Yeah, but this is where people who are like haven't broke the barrier into radicalization yet can get sucked in by somebody like Tim Pool, because he is making a point that's true, right? There's got to be a name for that, about like using half truths to bring you down to misinformation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
It's a rabbit. Go ahead.
All right.
I'm citing
and that's fine.
What does the government have to do with it? These are medical organizations.
Okay, sure. Fair point. You're citing medical organizations, despite the fact that there have been numerous instances throughout history, in fact, basically all of them, where we've been like, hey, we were wrong about that. Like, maybe we shouldn't drink mercury if you get syphilis. But what I'm referring to specifically is if there is no intervention of a trans child, desistance rates are from 61 to 98%, showing the majority of kids are better off not receiving.
No, look, I mean,
puberty
you're on
blockers.
detransition Wikipedia. I just listed a list of dozen of,
Again, he
of
mentioned
half a dozen.
desistance, not detransition. This is like very
Who the
important that
fuck
we
is
nail
this
down
guy?
what we're
I have
talking
Yeah,
about.
right.
idea.
What I'm saying is, if you have a trans child or a child who is suffering from gender identity disorder or dysphoria.
Hold on, before he gets started, does Temple have a child?
I don't give a fuck if he does or not. That's
No.
not even the point of it.
Does he have a transgender child? So who gives him the authority to fucking talk on this shit?
Well, you could say that about anybody. Anna's
I
also
guess.
speaking.
And
about
you
it.
do nothing.
True.
There is a 61 to 98% chance they age out of it and grow up and are happy and fine.
That's made up.
It's literally right there. What are you talking about?
On Wikipedia.
At the point of
That's interesting.
No, I
puberty is
pulled
what
up
he's
the
talking
NIH and
about.
you said you can pull up anything. Yeah, so here you go,
Tim,
NIH.gov.
Tim,
Here you go.
Tim,
Are you happy?
Tim,
NIH.gov.
deal with what I just said about
medical
the level
organizations-
of medical organizations.
That's
You're saying that they're
fine.
all wrong and that you have some sort of like special knowledge that you can supersede their expertise.
No,
in
he's
this
not.
area.
You're cherry
What?
picking American
And you're making
organizations.
an appeal to authority.
I
Cherry
just
picking.
first of all, I just cited one from the Netherlands, but American Academy of Pediatrics, American
Appeal to
Academy
authority.
of Child
Appeal
and
to authority. Appeal to authority. Keep doing
no,
it.
I mean,
But not even that.
I've
but
got.
I'm not in a medical.
What appeal to authority?
This is an example of him using words he does not understand, basically.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and I mean, how is she cherry picking? Like, didn't he? Isn't
It's just like these white dudes, these fucking white atheist dude bro types who like read logical fallacies and think they're, oh, I can point out this logical fallacy. See, you're wrong. Without even knowing, they think they're funny. They think they're smart because they know logical fallacies. Go
Yeah.
fuck yourself. You don't know shit.
authority, and neither are
Then,
you.
then,
so
then,
why
then all
wouldn't
I
you
can
appeal
do
to
is
the
point to a
authority?
study and say, wow, if this study is true, I'm opposed to this, right?
But there's also all these European organizations that are getting rid of this specific practice that he's focusing on, which is the puberty blockers. And like for some reason, they're not on your list.
No,
which is
we are
interesting.
properly
you
assessing
cherry-picked.
when intervention is appropriate here. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
But why would they suspend in these better healthcare systems in Europe? Why would they suspend this specific practice that we're
I
arguing
mean, you
about?
listed Sweden and Finland. They've just
Well, he listed a
elected
whole bunch of
far right
them.
governments, but
I mean,
But anyway,
These
like
things considered.
again, this is what I'm interested in talking about in terms of politics. I want to create a more equitable society for people. We should have socialized healthcare, Medicare for all. You should talk about that more on your program. You say you're in favor of it.
We
I
talk about
haven't
it quite
really
a bit.
seen. I haven't
Look,
seen much.
when you guys cherry pick stuff to talk about
we
music
should talk
or
about
whatever, and,
ending
like,
child power. I mean, it's just funny.
to talk about music?
Oh, and he's still on that, too.
He's so pissed about that. He is so. Oh my god.
He is out of control pissed.
Yeah.
Talk about ending
but,
child
but you could
poverty.
have talked about my position on universal health care any one of these times. You never do. Why? It's not going to get traffic for you.
Well, I mean, you don't clip anything about universal healthcare. You should focus more
What are you
on it,
talking-
and then
what?
we would focus on it.
Because, like,
What we try to
when,
do
when are we going
is
be
to,
like, for
in
no
real
reason, let's just make a
time-
universal health care thing?
What we try to do in real time is correct right-wing lies, whether
talk
it's
about
you
abortion a
or
lot.
Dave Rubin or Steven Crowder. We do talk about abortion a lot.
Yeah.
We do.
What's my abortion position?
I'm not sure.
Why? You've not watched any of the
Talk about-
8,000 segments we've
I mean,
done on it?
I do know that you called that 10-year-old case a hoax, a political
the
hoax.
the
if you
political
want to
maneuvers around it to change the law was a hoax.
Yeah.
Sure. So, well, how do you
Uh,
not know my position on abortion? I mean, you watch the show. You watch at any point. You can see the arguments we have.
I don't
He
have
did
a ton
too.
of time to watch all
You
your show.
specifically
Yeah,
covered
I mean,
his episode with
literally.
the serfs where they talked about it in depth. So it's weird that you don't.
Well,
know.
reiterate your abortion position for me, and I'll
Or
respond
pro-choice.
to it. Okay.
Is Homeboy using pronouns for the serfs? Because I'm pretty sure that guy's name is Lance,
I don't know.
and he's a he, not a they.
Mhm. I have no idea.
In
I
what
think-
way?
I think Roe v. Wade was the right decision.
Okay.
I think that life should be
Surprising.
should be mandated, or should be protected
Shocked.
under the Constitution at the federal level, and that it probably does make sense for the Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade, but that means Congress needs to codify it.
Okay, but that's not going to happen, and that's
just
because we
said a
don't
bunch
have
of
Well, that's a different question.
because we need filibuster reform. So,
So I
I'm
think
not really
that,
interested in process. I'm interested in outcomes as we get back to again the differences that we clearly have here. I don't really care who imposes the right to abortion in this country. I just care that we have a right to abortion in this country, and we don't.
Well, right. Yeah, I think at first when Roe v. Wade was overturned, I thought that it was probably good it would go to legislation, because the Supreme Court arbitrarily setting law is probably dangerous. But however, since then, I've looked at it and said it's a 14th Amendment question, the right to life.
He does
and
know what he's talking
looking
about.
Back on that now and understanding Roe v. Wade actually was a
I'm stupid. What is the 14th Amendment? The one about
You
slavery?
don't know. I bet you nobody else knows, because this is an example of him saying some fucking esoteric shit to make himself look smart. Okay, let's see. We have the internet. We have the Googles, right?
Yeah.
What is the 14th Amendment exactly? Let's find out.
Let's see. The 14th Amendment.
No state. No state. Let's see. Okay, the U.S. grant citizenship to all people born or naturalized in the U.S., including former slaves. This is after the Civil War, and all the slaves became actual citizens. Well, in theory, anyway. Jim Crow had something else to say about that. But anyway, citizenship clause grants citizenship all people born naturalized in the U.S. Privileges or immunities clause forbids states from making or enforcing laws that abridge the privileges of immunities of citizens. Due process forbids forbids states from depriving anyone of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, and forbids states from denying anyone. Okay. See, you see what he's doing.
Yeah, like were they even thinking about this when they wrote this in
of course they weren't.
1866?
No. They're using this as an excuse to say fetuses have rights, even though that shit has absolutely nothing to do with that. It has to do with the freed slaves, and everybody and their grandma knows that. And you can't sit here and tell me that constitutionalists, so-called these Republicans, just fucking suck the Constitution's dick like they're fucking a porn star, Riley Reid or some shit. You know, they don't know that. They fucking know that shit. They fucking absolutely know. And he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Once again, he read that in some fucking article somewhere, and that sounds pretty smart. You know. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, wait. I spaced. Here you go.
A pretty good decision. I think now at this point, you'd need some kind of codification. I don't know how the Supreme Court's going to go back on it, but that's a political conversation, not a personal perspective on abortion. So my view is pre-viability, it's individual discretion. Post-viability, it's probably going to require some kind of, depending on the circumstances.
Where do you draw the line of viability?
Can the baby survive on its own?
Hey, listen, I think if you can't vote, you should be able to be aborted.
Okay, calm down.
Okay. Well, 90% of abortions happen in the first trimester, which is the first 12 weeks.
Yeah.
99% happen in the first 20 weeks. The rest that happen, the 1% that you're talking about, which is overrepresented constantly for fear-mongering purposes, is the 1% that happen when the life of the mother is in danger or there's a issue with the fetus.
Well, there's no question.
So there's no need to parse and draw arbitrary lines, because what that does is it essentially, especially with rape and incest exemptions, which you speak about, it makes it seem like...
I'm not in favor of incest exemptions.
Okay, the one that we spoke about earlier.
Wait, what did he just said? He's not
in favor of incest and incest exceptions. Go ahead and think about that for a second.
Hold on. So he thinks that if a young girl was raped by her
father
or brother and becomes pregnant, that
she has to keep the child.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. You heard that right.
All right. When do we get to the Jews must die part?
Okay. I'm not even speaking about your specific opinion about this. I'm talking generally about the notions of abortion. You can't have rape and incest exemptions because it takes so long to prove those cases that it would completely nullify the need for an abortion, because as the pregnancy is going along, you would be unable to perform the abortion in the time that it takes to prove that kind of stuff. So when that stuff is put into legislation, what it does is it waters down and makes the public seem like, oh, we're not so barbaric. That's why we should not be intervening in what doctors and patients are doing. I want people to be empowered over their own health care. Same thing with trans kids.
So you disagree with Roe v.
Same
Wade
thing
in
with
that
abortion. Sorry?
Do you disagree with Roe v. Wade in that regard?
Well, no, I want there to be an abortion.
Would you prefer Roe v. Wade stood?
Of course.
So then you would be against abortion after a certain amount of time.
I mean, Roe v. Wade essentially
set
created the viability standard, right?
That's such a dumb question.
let it play out there.
That's such a dumb talking points question.
So then you have a 14th Amendment question, whereas
no,
you would need some kind of government intervention post viability.
Yeah, I believe that doctors should be able to make these determinations, and it should not be. We should have a right to an abortion broadly, and doctors can make a decision.
To be clear,
real quick, I think you're in favor of the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
No, I'm not, because I would never want to overturn something to go backwards and then bring it up to the legislature where we have crazies and Republican nut jobs in the Senate, and there's a filibuster that doesn't provide us with the ability to codify it.
Because of the overturning of Roe v. Wade, you now have states like Colorado removing restrictions.
No. This is inaccurate. So Roe versus Wade protected at a constitutional level up to the second trimester for elective abortions, and then afterwards it was up to the states. So like,
okay, so it's even.
Colorado could have extended this prior to. In fact, Andrew Cuomo did this before. So like, just to clarify,
when the white guy says,
never mind, I stand corrected. I thought that it was because I remember reading. What was the guy's name? He wrote about 14th Amendment kicks in upon viability. And then you have a constitutional right to life and all of these things, and there's questions around that.
Colorado may have passed that law in response to Roe versus Wade.
I think he's taking that constitution to life or whatever. He's taking that highly out of context.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Anyway, just
highly out of context.
But they weren't prohibited from doing so before. It's because Roe versus Wade says at this point the states have no issue. It's a constitutional issue. And then in the third trimester, which is why Roe versus Wade constitutionally is a ridiculous decision, they're like, it's a states' rights issue because the Constitution obviously delegates the trimesters in the 57th Amendment somewhere.
Hold on. Yeah, because he keeps saying states' rights. I don't understand aren't we America, right? And I know that we're the United States, but why do I want to live in a country where in another state there are things performed that I don't think are morally or ethically right?
Well, I mean, it's a federal republic or whatever the fuck they're calling it now, which means the state, and it's in the Constitution, whatever, I forgot exactly what it is, but paraphrasing, whatever rights are not explicitly stated in the Constitution given to the federal government, they are automatically given to the states, unless it's explicitly forbidden. And a lot of times they've used this a lot of times. Oh, guess what they always like to use states' rights for? See if you can guess.
Slavery.
See if you can guess. You can Jim Crow. Oh,
slavery.
Oh, we can abuse black people.
Hold on. I'm stating the obvious here, though. This is 2023. All right, so we're about 5 generations from the 14th Amendment being created, would you say? 1865?
No.
6 generations?
3. What, 6?
3? Oh, 3? You were saying smaller? Okay. Yeah. 3, 4. Okay. But we're in 2023, homie. Okay. The people who decided to put their family in a particular state in 1866, right? Their great grandchildren are probably just what, great grandchildren.
Just stop. You don't know what you're doing, but just continue.
But I'm just saying, like, people can't move out of this. Like, they've been in these states for forever, right? And wages are down. People don't have the money to move to another state that they have their opinions. They have the same opinions that they do or whatever. That's not a possibility for some people. So, like, this is it's basically what's the goddamn practically that's not the word I'm looking for. It is it's not a ban technically, but like in Texas, you had the fucking waiting period or whatever before they did that. That was to put pressure on the because they had to come back,
right? So that was a way and they've been doing this forever, trying to get rid of abortion. They keep these little steps. Now they have to fucking worry about it, right? Yeah. Although some of these states are seeing pushback from pro-abortion groups. So, I mean, that was probably something they didn't like.
You know what's funny is, like, when we get deep into these, like, abortion conversations, these, like, legislation conversations, there's a point, and I'm at this point right now, where I start to tune out because I'm like, wait a minute, we can't afford food. Wait a minute, we can't afford housing. What the fuck are we doing talking about abortion?
It's not, I mean, you can talk about, there's many intertwined socioeconomic things that contribute to a lot of this country's fuck-uppedness.
But that's it. It's like, if people's needs were met, if they have food, shelter, medical insurance, if they had all those things, less people would have abortions.
Right, but they don't care about that. They don't care. They want to control women. They want to control women.
But it always goes back to that working class issue. Like, everything grows out of that tree of
there's intersectionality as well. Race is definitely a part of it, and so you can't leave stuff like that out.
No, you can't. But if we were truly equal and we're truly given
we're not. Okay, see,
the same possibilities.
That's a pipe dream.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm a communist.
Sorry, it just is. It just is.
You know, my fucking Leninist utopia.
We have to break the shit. We have to fucking burn it all down.
We gotta kill the Tsar, baby.
But it ain't gonna. Just calm down.
Somebody said that in one of our comments. They were like, Lenin killed the Tsar. Are you for that? And I was like, yes, I am.
The Tsar? Fuck yeah. Nobody. Anyway, go ahead.
You really want to kill the king?
And again, Tim, like, the reality is I don't, like, you've been perfectly nice to me here. I don't really care about you personally. I care when you say things that are harmful and
she's
wrong.
So well put together.
Like the hoax statement about
that wasn't wrong. That was an opinion.
It was wrong. It was completely factually inaccurate.
It's not factually inaccurate.
You called it a hoax because you know that your audience is going to feed into it, and then you parse it later so you have plausible deniability about it.
But specifically, what I said was, and we talk about it in depth. I think the issue is just you don't watch the show. To be fair, I don't watch Majority Report. But if like I'm not gonna come out here and be like, you said this one time, this one thing. I've not watched the show, so I don't know exactly what you're talking about. But I said, the idea that you would take a tragic circumstance like this and then create a political story, put it out to the super PACs to try and change laws, that's a hoax.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. How about the fact that you called the
grooming event
shooter in the neo-Nazi Texas shooter who watched your program, you called that a false flag?
Because you don't even know anything about that story.
I do.
It was four clips of the episode, and you can see in the images he wasn't even subscribed to the
Bro, I watched the Majority Report cover that.
You know what the fuck? You just said he didn't watch it. How the hell
you
did he know?
Yeah, you don't know, dude. You just said it.
Channel.
Yeah, but he watched your show.
No, he didn't. He watched one guy.
Yeah, have you ever went to those time codes? He was highlighting specific, and I won't name the guest from the guest.
But he did watch your show.
Like this is
so you're saying he watched an episode?
Smear.
Sure, but do you understand
why?
On. And he posted
that one. Who was that one guy who watched the Majority Report and then commented on what Sam did?
Why do you think that? But this was a neo-Nazi. Why do you think your content appeals to neo-Nazis?
Are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm just wondering why you think that.
Have you
okay, I'm gonna do something I don't normally do, but that was an egregious, over the line statement where I don't know if you are intentionally trying to just generate clips that are nonsensical or you're just really that stupid.
Oh man.
The idea that because a Nazi watched your show appeals to Nazis is like, look, if you want to have a real conversation, we have a real conversation. If you want to come up here and do exactly what the majority...
Is this the Hitler likes puppies too argument?
You want to do what the Majority Report does and exactly why Sam isn't welcome on my and many other shows, feel free to do it. And I'm willing to have you on here. Did you know that, like, I don't know about you specifically, but this is exactly why people don't like your show. Okay?
I think people like our show.
Yeah, maybe ask why some of these higher profile personalities and networks won't have Sam on anymore. And he can cry.
Afraid of him.
Oh, they're afraid of him. How about it's because you just claimed that my show appeals to Nazis, which it clearly doesn't. Your show. Because this show is predominantly like moderate libertarian leaning types.
No, you say that, and that you say that because you're trying to draw a line and make the really far right people that watch your show feel like their positions are a little bit more close to the mainstream than they actually are.
Okay,
God
let's say for
So
a
you
moment.
called it a false
dude.
flag, and then when you were proven wrong the next day,
Called
you
what a
said
false
you thought
flag?
it was funny.
Called what a false flag?
You called the claims that the neo-Nazi shooter watched your show a false flag.
I don't know if I said that. That sounds awfully specific.
I don't have the exact quote in front of me, Tim. But
So you don't know what I said? Where did
yes,
you hear
I do.
that?
I listened to you.
Did you say something like, it sounds like, I said, it sounds like a psyop to have this profile appear one day after the shooting where it's got like a bunch of screenshots on it or something?
Sure.
It really does sound to me like someone told you to say things and you don't know what you're referencing.
I'm not shocked that that is the only way that you're going to try to react to this.
To react to what?
damn.
Like, okay, no, this is fairly obvious. So I'm willing to bet Sam was like, hey, ask him about this and say these exact
No, I
things.
came up with, I mean,
Come up with original thoughts. Come on.
it is my original thought.
So
No, it
it's-
isn't.
It's
some guy posts.
He's triggered so hard.
I don't know how she's doing that. Oh,
Me
man.
neither,
I'd
because I
jump
want to beat
across
his
that-
fucking ass.
He'd be down on the ground. You better have some good security guards and.
He's trying so hard to like get to her, and
I couldn't do it. Yeah, she's doing exactly the way you have to do it with guys like this, but I ain't the one.
yeah, I ain't the one either, dude. I'll fucking slit your throat and watch you bleed.
Okay, well let's not promote outright murder, but go ahead.
I love Mal, okay?
Just a screenshot of one episode of a show he's not subscribed to, and you think that's an attack vector for something political, but it's a personal snipe that has no bearing on any of the arguments we've made the entire show.
I disagree.
Yes.
You disagree with what? With what? Elaborate.
I disagree that it has no bearing on what you've said throughout your entire show.
Like what? What did I say?
This is
Come on.
the claim
Let's
that you
hear
made.
it. Let's hear it.
I believe that your program appeals to a right-wing audience, and there's a reason that the neo-Nazi shooter watched your program,
And how do you know he watched the program?
because he posted about it.
What did he post?
Tim,
What did he post?
he posted parts of an interview that you did.
No, he didn't. You're wrong.
He had 4 screenshots on his phone from
You
the
don't
same
even know what
episode.
you're talking about, and all you can do is laugh and
No,
say,
it's because you get
some
specific
guy-
to obscure
some
the fact.
guy
You called it
posted
a
one thing one time, and that's the only argument you have.
Did you go to the time codes that were in that episode? Because I did. I
swear to
ran this
Jesus
down,
Christ.
and
I
one of them
swear
was
to
a clip of
Jesus
Elijah
Christ. I
Schaefer,
can't fight,
and like weirdly
but-
for this like neo-Nazi Hispanic shooter, he like it's Elijah saying that we
Had to
shouldn't be
throw in
He has a
emphasizing
swastika
race
tattoo.
specifically. No, he's a neo-Nazi Hispanic shooter.
Right, but Tim called it a false flag and then corrected himself the next day and then said he thought it was funny after a mass shooting.
I think that
I mean, people
someone
were calling
told you
him.
to say this, and you don't actually know what you're talking about.
I think that it's not shocking that you think that based on my gender.
Okay, you're not saying anything anymore.
But like I screen grab because I do YouTube clips, so I will screen grab a time code so I know where to go later. So like when I saw that, I knew,
He's a
or
guy,
I had a
dude.
feeling because
He's a guy.
obviously he's dead. So, or was he captured or was he killed?
I think he was killed.
Yeah, so he's dead, so he can't tell us. But like I think people screenshot because this is why I do it, and you can find them in my phone, moments in things so that they can go back and reference that clip. And I ran down both of those time codes. Neither
look,
one.
I get it, but look, man, this is the majority report. This
Yeah, but
why-
it
this
is
why,
it is a nasty smear. Like you're doing it on purpose
and
without
it's
running
not a
down the
political
context.
statement. It's not a
It's
political
a
argument.
fact.
You're like he
Argues
watched
nothing.
an episode of her show. I'm sorry, of his show. Like that's
There was that one guy who posted Sam Cedar a whole bunch. Remember the guy who killed all those people at the bar in Ohio?
I
don't
have
remember.
no
that
idea
case
what he's
Why?
talking
Why
about.
did that guy watch Sam Cedar so much?
Why did Gavin?
Why do you guys appeal to
Googling
mass
it.
shooters? Why do mass shooters
There's a
talk
qualitative
about Sam
difference.
Cedar being so inspirational to them?
Why did Gavin?
Why
Long,
is Emma Vigeland inspiring mass shooters?
Why did Gavin? Long,
Why are you okay with porn being shown to children?
I-
Look, if you want to play a game of nonsense statements for political brownie points, feel free to do so. But I'll say it again.
Tim, I didn't mean to upset you.
Here we go. Perfect.
This is exactly why
Here
Sam
it
is not welcome on my show. But it's not something that I just one day was like, you know what? No, it's because I had serious conversations with networks and other high-profile individuals, and I love.
Can you name the high-profile individuals?
That's their business. But I absolutely love how the response is, they're scared of Sam. It's like, no, they despise him. He's a bad faith actor who does exactly what you just did. We're having a conversation about scientific research, data, my position on what I like about DeSantis, and then you go, your show's for neo-Nazis. It's like, okay, dude, are you stupid?
I'm just stating facts.
Have you ever?
Okay, this is like low brow. This is why you guys have 170 Dave Rubin
Watch his
videos.
face.
Do you
Watch
think
his
the average person cares about Dave Rubin?
No, I'm
no,
just
but
trying
you
to
guys get
combat it.
clicks by doing it.
It's
Hey,
fun.
how about you guys run a video about how Tim Pool got into an argument with a pro-lifer about how he's in favor of pro-choice policy? You didn't run that, did you? Because you guys are grifters.
Bro, we don't care. We're literally laughing at you. We don't care. Right? We're doing it because it entertains us. It entertains us.
Self-awareness.
What you do?
Thanks.
I can invite you on for a real
What?
Go ahead.
All right.
conversation. And what do? You're shows for neo-Nazis. This is why you guys don't get invited places, because you're not having real conversations.
I don't really care about getting invited places.
Yeah, right. So go live in your grifter echo chamber where you guys can play songs with bad audio and then say, whoopsie.
Sorry, that audio thing really upset you.
Wait, have you ever
What
heard the
upsets
Gavin?
me is
Can
when I
can
talk
ask
about.
Yes! Yes!
Got him on that one.
Oh,
This
by
is
the
where
way,
he really starts getting pissed off.
So somebody showed up in the chat, brother. What's up, Tommy? What the fuck?
Look, he
man?
decided again to pop up
I know,
his head
man.
out from one of his stupid gamer things. Whatever the
It's
fuck he does.
just me, you, and Tommy right now. So let's talk about it, Tommy. Let's see. Tim Pool speaks out of both sides of his mouth. Whenever he says something, he gives multiple caveats. That way, he creates a rhetorical out. I mean, yeah, Tommy, yeah.
Anyway,
Boomer and the kid. You talking about me?
no, I guess I'm the boomer.
He said he cares about Dave Rubin, man. Yeah, me too.
He
man.
doesn't care. Okay,
I
so
do.
go ahead. He's a troll.
Okay. All right.
But when I talk about Ron DeSantis making fake things to trick people, and that's what you guys do, it's kind of like, how about that?
We do AI images?
When you run audio that sounds bad to make a nonsensical video where you're like, Tim Pool sounds like Nickelback. It's like what you're doing is just trying to generate.
Bro, when she says Tim Pool, I don't know. I don't understand why he doesn't get this. When she says Tim Pool sounds like Nickelback, she's not talking about the quality of the sound.
But she let her.
She's talking about the sound of the music.
She explains it.
But I don't think he's getting it.
Rage drama. It is internet blood sports level garbage. It doesn't answer any questions about the questions of pro-life and pro-choice, progressive tax policy. It doesn't answer questions about how we're going to protect or we're going to help kids. All it does is drum up support from your base so they can hoot and holler and give you clicks. Then you complain, we can't get any advertisers. Maybe it's because you make lowbrow drama garbage.
No, I mean, the first hour of our program is the one that's free.
For neo-Nazis, you mean? The one where that mass shooter watched Majority Report? Is that what you're talking about?
The first hour of our program will usually
that guy's name?
have Social Security and Medicare
I can't remember that
like
guy's
kind of discussions, or we'll essentially talk to an expert on, say, policy in Latin America, that kind of thing. The stuff that's behind the paywall and then gets clipped is stuff where we respond to right-wingers. We want to get into the...
He got really mad when I said that he got kicked off of Bob's Burgers.
Oh, no, that's funny. That he was joking, right? He was being sarcastic.
I didn't watch the clip. I just know that.
Yeah, he was
got
hilarious. He first of all, the creator is one of his best friends. Sam's like...
Oh, Sam came to me and said he was upset that they kicked him up. They were removing his role from the show.
Why would Sam come to him?
He was joking.
Yeah.
But used to be at TYT, and Gavin Long, who was the Baton Rouge shooter, watched, reposted, and did reactions to Young Turk's videos. A lot of them were straight
Gavin
misinformation. There was one in particular where they were going after a cop who slammed a woman, which, by the way, the cop acted inappropriately, but they wildly speculated that it was a black woman. It turned out to be a white woman. And there was a call in the video of like, what do you do if you see a pregnant black woman being assaulted by a cop? Gavin Long said he's going to step up. You can watch these videos; they're available online.
Who?
And he shot 4 cops.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't my comment.
I didn't say. No, hold on. I didn't say it was your commentary, but you're saying screenshots on.
Hey, if I'm getting this right, you want to guess what color Gavin Long is?
I don't know, and I don't fucking care.
Just take a wild shot in the dark.
I'm not. No. I'm not. I'm not
Why?
giving in. I'm not giving in.
He's a black guy.
Just go ahead.
Cause I'm trying to read on that. Yeah, I'm gonna read this while y'all are.
On this guy's phone. Big problem. I got to bring it up right here. But have you ever covered at all what inspired Gavin Long?
Because
you know who he killed?
Who?
Cops. That makes sense. Sam's a guy that listens to Sam Cedar killing cops. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. You fuck police.
Killed 4 police officers.
yeah, I mean, I don't. That wasn't my coverage, so I don't know. I was based in
What
New
about the
York.
guy in Dallas? Remember him?
That was a different shoot.
Sam,
No, I know.
I'm sorry. I
Right.
really didn't mean to trigger you. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just curious
my
where your standards
God,
are.
she
Like, have
is
you
so
gone
Look at this.
after the?
Oh my God! Hold
She's
on,
so
hold
good.
on.
She
If I
is
can-
just.
If I can show you something real quick, I looked up this guy. This is Sean Fitzgerald or whatever.
You looked at. Why did you waste your time?
Because I was like, who the fuck
He's
is
a
this
fucking
guy?
clown.
Hold on. Oh, you don't know the half of it, brother. This is his Instagram page. Alex Jones, fucking.
That's fucking Rittenhauer.
I mean, that I just scrolled down just a
all
little
right.
bit.
That's all I need to see. That's all I need to see.
What the fuck?
That's all I need to see.
I don't know how to stop sharing.
Let's play it. We're wasting too much time on this already. Let's go ahead and let it play out.
All right. Oh wait, I gotta share again. My bad. It's just fun. It's just fun to watch somebody like Tim Pool like shit their pants over this.
Post on the Young Turks for
Clip
that one.
harvesting. Clip farming. Is that what you're doing?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, your demeanor changes before the show to all of a sudden now you're going, what do you mean? I'm so sorry. I tricked you. Oh,
Well, I mean,
I get it. You guys are going to make clips.
I'm
You
trying
guys
to
are
do-
lowbrow grifter drama garbage.
I'm trying to
You wanna
just
talk about
speak
the
in a
merits of
calming
policy?
tone, so maybe that calms you down a little bit.
You want to talk about policy or do you want to just insult people?
I would love to talk about policy.
So continue, Sean.
Yeah. So if screenshots, which are of clips that weren't even him
Okay,
speaking,
Nazi.
is Tim Pool inspiring the shooter,
Say that.
then how come you've like never done this commentary at a place you used to work at of direct inspiration? Like he saw a clip, cuts to himself saying, "I'm gonna step up because I'm the real one."
I've
Like-
never heard of this. So
Oh,
Why
that's
not?
interesting that you never heard of
Well,
that.
so it happened. Why do you think it is that your former program appealed to mass shooters so much?
I cover right wingers, and I know that right wing terrorism in this country dwarfs any kind of left wing terrorism by like a 9-to-1 figure.
What does that do
I
with
might be
Accusations?
underestimating because I cover the real threat in this country, which is right wing terrorism.
Sure. So I'll ask again, I guess. Like, why do you think it is this mass shooter was inspired by your former program?
I would have
Bro, hold on. Here's the Wikipedia article on it. On July 17th, Gavin Eugene Long shot 6 police officers in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in an ambush attack. In the wake of the shooting of Alton Sterling. Okay. She's comparing a guy. Now, remind me the Tim Pool shooter guy. Let's just call him the Tim Pool shooter.
I
don't
have
give a
no
fuck.
idea.
I think that was like a white guy that just went into a random place and shot up a bunch of people, right?
I'm sure it was.
Okay.
I'm sure it was.
This guy shot up a bunch of cops because they killed his friend, I assume. And we're comparing these two things against innocent people and cops. You could argue that the cops are innocent people,
I don't know. I don't give a
but they're not really.
ACAB.
Yeah, ACAP. So why are we comparing? Why is he calling
He
this
did that
guy?
on purpose.
But
Did
why
you
is
notice?
he calling him a mass shooter? He's
I
not
had
a
never-
mass shooter.
I had never heard of this guy until he mentioned it, and he didn't mention they were cops. She did, I think.
Yeah, Tommy.
She's
I
the
agree
one
with
that
you.
brought up. So he never said it because he knew there is a fucking difference.
Yeah. This might get us taken down from YouTube, but fucking kill cops all day long. I don't give a fuck about you cops. Y'all a bunch of fucking assholes. Dude. I don't give a shit about you cops, dude.
All right, go ahead.
Unless you're Chief Offer from Stranger Things, but I'm gonna just say I don't think he's really a cop because he was doing cocaine that whole time, or he was doing Tuinals that whole time anyway. So,
Anyway, go ahead.
all right, let's finish this.
have to look into it to make a smart.
Do you feel bad that he was inspired directly and admitted he was?
Sure. I mean, it's not.
Do you take
It
responsibility?
wasn't even my program. I worked there, but yeah.
So you were providing material support. Oh, you see,
I don't
you
know if
see-
she was there at the time.
No,
To
look.
be fair to you,
I don't think I was.
But I will say, it is interesting because the Young Turks did cover this shooting. And even though, again, reacted specifically to Young Turks videos covering the cops very poorly, propaganda inspired him to commit this violence, in my opinion.
If you want to talk about the
hold
Unturks,
on.
you should talk
Sure.
to them.
I would
yeah.
love to at
That's
some
what
point
we
in
do
my
on the
life.
left.
But
We tell you to kill
so
cops.
he does this, but the Young Turks coverage of it called him just a sovereign citizen. So this
Yeah.
would be categorized as that right-wing terrorism,
This
even
is-
though he
this
was
is the thing, right?
inspired by a left-wing news organization,
Let's-
specifically left-wing.
I'll do it. I'll
figures.
do a semi segue, and I'll talk about what irks me is like the Burisma scandal, for instance. Any
don't care.
kind of
Okay.
reasonable assessment
Yeah, I think it's
over
over
the
now.
story pre Hunter Biden anything
We've already.
It's
wasted
pretty shocking.
this.
But it's not something you see in any of these quote unquote left-wing media sources for like no reason. I think the best example is it is so omitted from the narrative that when we had Hunter Avalon on the show, he didn't even believe that Joe Biden admitted to engaging in the quid pro quo. And so I played the video for him.
Care. I
You know,
don't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah, fuck this guy. I thought he might.
We've
go
already
on.
wasted too much time on this fucking.
Oh my
But you
lordy.
were sitting there bitching that we weren't. You want to spend that way. You want to and now you sat here and wasted 20 minutes.
It's just so fun, and they don't
around.
understand that. They're like, I loved it when people are like, "Man, y'all just fucking hate on people all the time." It's like, oh, look, I have a smile on my face. I'm laughing. I'm having a good time, dude. We're all gonna die, dude. We're all gonna burn up in the sun at some point. So like, fuck it, dude. We're all gonna get shot in the mall one day. Might as well have fun.
I don't go to the mall, so I don't
Oh, you might get shot going to get groceries. Might as well have fun, you know.
I don't go anywhere. Anyway, that's beside the point.
While you're doing it, you know.
So
yeah, man, fuck the police. I don't give a shit.
I will say that.
Why don't you calm down a little bit?
Yeah, you kind of do. Smoke some more of that weed. I will say that.
I ain't comparing apples to oranges, brother. I got better shit to do with my time. Hey, you know what you should do, Temple? You should maybe have sex with a girl.
See, I don't like that. That's shaming. I don't. There's nothing inherently wrong with virginity. I wouldn't. I'm just saying there's.
I'm just saying there's better things to do with your time.
Oh well.
Tommy's right, man. Trump for life. Lifetime president.
No, but he's an Oreo anyway. Nobody listens to him.